It's time for another video. It's the new Marauders Brilliant Event Part 1. Welcome, magical people, to Zealman's Wizarding World. Okay, we're here. It's the fourth video in a week. So, I've decided to go Star Trek just for a giggle, just to change genre for a little bit. I've worn out all my Harry Potter clothes filming so many times in a row. Oh dear. So on this channel we have things like spoiler content and story content, which actually we don't have time to do. So I've got to link it below. So if you want to read the story in advance, there's a link in the description, because I actually really don't actually have time to record that separately. Well, I mostly edit it because it takes a long time to pull that dialogue and pictures and stuff. But yes, that is a link below. That's a link to the Taskforce Time site. And you'll be able to get to that article only through that link. It doesn't go public on the site until the event starts. Just because data miners have given me the information, I wanted them to have it first and have it available in text form on their sites first. I am not that mean. So we're going to go through the brilliant event and all the descriptions. The NDA group can't do the descriptions because of their NDA, but I have them. So you can see all the brilliant descriptions ahead of time, and they'll be also available in the Taskforce Times website in the archive, which is again searchable. So because it's been a crazy month, this is a little bit different. This starts on Sunday the 21st at 6 PM UTC, and that's until Thursday the 25th. So that's 4 full days. People keep saying it's 5, but it's 4 full days instead of 7. So we're about halfway. Now, I did have a chat with Lola, and she said, well, we're going to reduce some of the numbers. They have you kind of have to look at it to see it's actually easier. You can't, if you skim read it, you'd think it's worse, but it's actually easier. And there's a couple of sneaky things put in there which have actually really significantly helped people who are in lockdown. So we're going to compare this event to your previous event, but rewards for this one are 15 from 60 section books, 6 total spell books, 10 Dada books, 50 gold and spell energy, which is exactly the same as the Lost Love Part 1. So how this all works. Pepper Portkeys are still 1.5 kilometers. They reward a fragment for the Brilliant Registry, Brilliant Runestones from the Brilliant Foundables to get the Fortress fragments. There are still a few minor tweaks to previous events, which we'll go through in a bit. Much like last time, we actually have boosted Foundables from the main registry as well, and they are, well, woven into the tasks. They are from the Potions classroom. So this time it's all one page. So those boosts will actually help you place that page if you are new and still need to do that. So we have Sirius Black, Professor Snape, and young Harry Potter. So what can you do now? Well, there are 8 potions required for tasks. They're in 2 different sets, but there are 8 in total, which happens to coincide with the 4 slots for your pewter cauldron and 4 slots for your gold cauldron. So if you're going to mission through this as fast as possible, I would suggest renting a gold cauldron for 8 hours and put in some potions in there. If you start ahead of time or work it out in advance, you can have them all brewed, ready to go. So brilliant bundles. We have bundles here. Orange Wizards is having a few issues at the moment. They actually have a Ko-fi as well. So I would suggest, actually we have a Ko-fi. I have a Ko-fi as well. So if you were going to donate to my Ko-fi, I would suggest not doing so and actually giving it to Orange Wizard as a nice little gift. So the Foundables, for this one, we're going to go through the Foundables and their descriptions and their return locations as well. So we have the wild ones. These are on the map. You need 20 of these. This is brilliant young James Potter, returning to the Gryffindor Common Room, Hogwarts Castle. Though a clever student, Gryffindor, James Potter was perhaps better known as a renowned Quidditch player and troublemaker during his time at Hogwarts. To aid his less than academic pursuits, he and his friends created the Marauders map. This magical document enabled the mischievous boys to have free reign on the passages and corridors of Hogwarts and avoid getting caught. Now our second wild one is Wormtail, returning to the Shrieking Shack in Hogsmeade. Peter Pettigrew, or Wormtail, as he was known by his fellow Marauders, was a mousy young boy who attached himself to the popular Gryffindors in his year. Though his professors considered him to be a below-average student, he surprisingly managed to perform the difficult magic needed to become a rat animagus. It would become clear later in his life how fitting that form was. The challenging one, you need 3 of these. These are from Wizarding Challenges using brilliant runestones. So that's young Lily Evans, returning to Cokeworth, England. Lily Evans was, by all accounts, beloved by all who met her. Often described as brave and funny, she left positive impressions on both her professors and peers. She was good friends with Severus Snape and defended him for many years from James Potter and his friends' bullying. However, as her strong sense of justice clashed with Severus's growing interest in the dark arts, she made the difficult decision to permanently cut ties with him. The walking one, or rewarded from a set of tasks number 4. You need 5 of these. Young Severus Snape, returning to Spinner's End, Cokeworth, England. Severus Snape was the son of Muggle Tobias Snape and witch Eileen Prince. Despite his tumultuous upbringing, Severus was already skilled at magic prior to his admittance to Hogwarts. This knowledge allowed him to identify Lily Evans as a witch at age 9. The two quickly became close friends while waiting for their Hogwarts letters. Their relationship would be irrevocably damaged, however, when, after being bullied by James Potter, Severus inadvertently called her a mudblood. I think we all know words in a Muggle world equivalent to mudblood. None of them are very nice indeed. Rewarded one. You get this from set of task number 4. That is James Potter's golden snitch. Return to James Potter's pocket. James Potter pilfered this golden snitch from Hogwarts Quidditch supplies, no doubt to the dismay of the staff. He could often be spotted catching and releasing the ball, particularly when he wanted to amuse his friends and show off. I never realised he stole that. Interesting. I don't remember that being in canon. I'll try and work that one out. So now we're moving on to the tasks. So I've been told that the tasks are adjusted for the shorter time frame. We'll just see if this is the case and actually how well it works out compared to Imperfect Love Part 1. So for each set of tasks, we're going to go through the list, and then we're going to do the differences in the tasks, the differences in the rewards, and then a few tips as well. So set of task number 1, collect ingredients or portmanteaus 3 times, brew 3 potions, and return 12 brilliant Wormtail valuables. So, collect ingredients or portmanteaus 3 times replaces collect ingredients or portmanteaus 2 times. So, not a good start to making it easier, although, to be fair, it's not really harder. Brew 3 potions replaces brew 1 Brewfier's Brain Elixir. So that's easier in terms of ingredients, because you can brew whatever you have ingredients for. And in terms of the time, you should also be a winner also. You can, of course, line these up in advance and just do them whenever you like, or just do them while you're working, or at school, or walking the dog, or whatever. And the final task is the same as it was before. So in terms of rewards, you get a Brewfier's Brain Elixir instead of a Trace Tonic. Personally, I'm kind of happy with that, as I'm always walking the dog, and I'm not yet level 60, so works for me. 6 Snowdrop also replaces 2 Powdered Dragon Claw. Snowdrop's always handy, although I'm still out a bit of route. If you've queued all your potions in advance, all you have to do now is collect them. Don't collect more than 7 James Potters. Otherwise, you'll end up in the registry during set 2. And cashing in that will then mean you'll cash in on the runestones too early, unless you force quit the game. The worst thing would be to collect a ton of James Potters and then have to do the collect 12 James Potters and have to keep force quitting the game to go and reload. It's a pain in the butt. So yes, keep that down to 7 or below. If you didn't rent a gold cauldron, then pop in some quick potions like basic extemulos or healing potions and use your master notes on the first one and then leave them there until set of task number 3. So as soon as you collect your 3 for this, you can get your net set going. Set task number 2. Save Sirius Black from 4 Dementors. Cast great spells 15 times and return 12 brilliant young James Potter valuables. Yeah, what it means by save Sirius Black, it just means beat the confoundable like you normally do. Nothing special there. But it's quite creative writing. Save Sirius Black from 4 Dementors replaces earn 7,000 Wizarding XP from traces. So that should be easier if the spawn rates are good. And the other 2 tasks are the same as before. So in terms of rewards, 6 Ginger Root replaces 5 Leaping Toadstools. Guess you can't have everything. Keep an eye on how many Wormtails and James Potters you have during encounters. If you hit 20, make sure to force quick close the game, otherwise you'll go into the registry too early. You don't do that until you hit setup task number 3. Speaking of setup task number 3, it's setup task number 3. Brew 5 potions, collect 5 brilliant new Marauders runestones, defeat 15 foes in wizarding challenges. So the brew 5 potions replaces earn 5,000 wizarding XP from wizarding challenges. A total passive task, so that should be easy even if you don't brew in advance. So you can just do that. Defeat 15 foes in wizarding challenges replaces return 8 Angelina Johnson fanables. Although you still have to free Snape from 5 jars later. So this task you can kind of do it on your own time. They're not formidable. They are not formidable, so you can kind of just grind anything for that. And yeah, you've got to wait on spawn, so easy peasy, just kind of do it. If you want to use this time to get the fortress fragments, you can just run Ruins 5 with your brilliant runestones. It's around about 50% effective, so for 3 you're going to need 6 or maybe 7. If you don't have that many, then maybe you do higher chambers with a higher chance of getting a reward. In terms of rewards, 1 strong exterminator potion replaces the 2 Dawdle Draft. So that's actually way more effective for catching fanables than Dawdle Draft. So now you can finally visit the registry, see how many runestones you get, and catch as many Wormtails and James Potters as you so wish to get any runestones you're short by. The first 3 runestones require less family XP, so hopefully you should be okay. It's during the part 2 it becomes a little bit more harder. Just remember, don't place the images. We need to do that later on for the bonus round. Also, you get more family XP if the fragments are on the maximum value. So pick up your potions from the gold cauldron and the last one left in the pewter. If you didn't rent a gold cauldron, then pick up the 4 from the pewter and start another potion with master notes. By the time you finish the set of tasks, you can either rush it for a little bit of gold or just wait a bit. So seems easy enough to me. Set a task. Step 4. Free Severus Snape from 5 jars. Earn 6,000 wizarding XP from wizarding challenges. Collect 3 young Lily Evan fragments by using brilliant new Marauders runestones. So free Severus Snape from 5 jars. I'm guessing this is going to be okay if the boost rate is high enough. Anyway, earn 6,000 wizarding XP from wizarding challenges was previously earn 5,000 wizarding XP from wizarding challenges in set of task number 3 originally, so it's moved up 1. So yes, it is unfortunately a little bit harder. You can use your brilliant runestones and complete Lily Evans task at the same time. Just remember not to place the image. I think I'm going to wait here until this stage to use my brilliant runestones. Remember, you can use Brufio's Brain Elixir on the Wizarding XP tasks in challenges, so definitely do that. In terms of rewards, you get 5 brilliant young Severus Snape fragments. This has moved down from the bonus task, which is actually quite important. So if you're in isolation and can't go out to walk your Portkeys, you will now not need to do the bonus round to actually get the fragment. And then finally the bonus round. So at this point, at least you've done enough to place the images in the registry. So even if you can't do the bonus round, at least you've got the images in the registry so you can place them. Also confirm that these bonus round has actually started before you place them. So that's good. You can at least complete the page, which is kind of a thing that would hang around forever if you never managed to do it. So we have place 5 images on the new Marauders page and 10,000 million XP from any source. Defeat 15 formidable foes in wizarding challenges. Oh, that snuck up again. Return 13 potions, classroom fanables, and win the highest chamber unlocked 1 time. So, earn 10,000 wizarding XP replaces earn 12,500 wizarding XP. So it's a little bit easier. Don't forget to use a BBE for that as well. Rufio's Brain Elixir. Defeat 15 formidable foes in wizarding challenges. Replaces use 12 potions in wizarding challenges. So I'm glad for that. I hate wasting potions. So just grind the high ruins or low towers for that one. Should be a few knocking around there. Return 13 potions, classroom fanables. Replaces return 25 Legends of Hogwarts fanables. So only half are required. Win highest unlocked chamber. Replaces cast 10 masterful spells. So, okay, personally, I would prefer the original, as it's a pain to win Dark 5 sometimes, especially people you don't know. But this is good news for those who are less able-bodied, so I am more than happy to do that if those people can actually play. So for the 10k XP, use your Brufio's Brain Elixir, Trace Tonics, and use the Trace Charm at any red or orange shards. If you don't know what what red and orange shards look like. Taskforce Times.news has a corrected registry because the one in game is not quite right at the moment. Triple dart detectors on inns are also good. You can get some pretty good rare spawns there. If you can get a few of those inns going and do laps, you should be well on your way. So that's about it for this one. Hopefully there are enough changes to make it easy enough. I don't feel it's 50% easier, but it is easier. So we'll see how it goes. Let me know how it all goes for you in the comments below as well. There are quite a few changes, so it's hard for me to say whether or not it is significantly easier. We're just going to have to see how it goes. Hopefully there's some decent spawns of those potions, classrooms, valuables to help with that. So that'd be cool. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at the Zealman and on Instagram for some AR pictures when I finally get around to uploading some more. Don't forget Taskforce Times.news. The quick reference has the Community Day stuff, which is the next event. So much going on, so close. We're not even done Community Day and we're talking about brilliant events, but that is on the quick reference, and quick reference is one URL, doesn't change, but all the information does change to be for that of the latest events. So that's good. You can add it to your homepage or bookmark it, and it'll always have the latest information at your fingertips. We could also correct this information if it changes as well. Don't forget to pin comments below, have a quick look, see if anything I have talked about is changed or wrong, because sometimes that happens. Don't forget to donate to Orange Wizard's Ko-fi page. Don't donate to mine for this one. Donate to Orange Wizard, give them a little pick-me-up and send them a nice little message. So until next time, brush up on your spells, get your ones ready, Wizards Unite.